2B2T is perhaps the most famous Minecraft server on YouTube right now. There is no other server with a history quite like it. But for most of its history, 2B2T was mostly unknown, sometimes only having a few players on at one time. But did you know that the server almost died? 2B2T was hanging on by a thread and could have simply vanished if it wasn't for two men that were sworn enemies of each other. Join me as we discover how an unlikely friendship saved the oldest server in Minecraft. But first, a little bit of history. Our story begins with the creation of 2B2T in December 2010 by a player named Housemaster, the name being a parody of a Team Fortress 2 server he was playing on, 2 Fort 2 Furious. The server would be anarchy with no rules. 2B2T began on beta version 1.2, however there are claims that it began on alpha versions of the game. The server was originally advertised on Facepunch and 4chan forums, leading to two big groups on the server, the Facepunch Republic and the 4chaners. A player by the name of Chezhead would become the leader of the Facepunch Republic in April of 2011, establishing Camp Facepunch. Camp Facepunch would be griefed by a player named Luke2 the Bun, a member of the 4chaners, sparking the Facepunch War. Chezhead would leave a memorial in the ruins. Here lies the ruins of a proud nation, made by blood, sweat and tears. R.I.P. Camp Facepunch. Love Chezhead. It was time to move on. The Facepunch War continued for over a year until it officially ended in June 2012. As time went on, many groups came and went, cementing their place in 2B2T's history. One of the most powerful groups to ever exist on the server was Valkyria, founded on April 29, 2013. Valkyria was a merging of multiple small groups and bases, and saw a total of 70 members. The group would be responsible for the spawn incursions, creating the famous Wrath Outpost. FitMC would first join the server during the second incursion in August 2013, and he would make his first base in a winter biome near spawn. He would end up meeting James Russells at spawn and join him at a base known as the Cool Kids Club. The base would end up getting grief, and Fit would be invited to join Asgard 2 and Valkyria. After the third incursion, Valkyria's members began to dwindle, and many moved on to create other bases, including Aureus City. Aureus was founded by Cainslaw and Takrev, and members included Fit and James Russells, among others. The base was known as the City of Gold and was founded in May of 2015, 1 year before the server would change forever. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to go down, hit that subscribe button. Back to the video. We now travel to April of 2016, and the 2B2 player base is dwindling, with only 1 to 10 players active at a given time. Only 6 months earlier, the server had been getting close to 40 players on at once. 2B2T was on life support, and it was about to be lights out. In early 2016, the Tyranny was founded, a group dedicated to taking full control of the server. Founded by some of the server's most notorious griefers, including Jared2013, Taylor112, Cartman, iTristan, Hotbob, and Clyde, the group was originally founded for destroying the lands, a legendary base that was built at over 4 million blocks away from spawn. The base was founded at the end of 2012 by Jack the Ripper, and due to its distance from spawn, travel there took an extremely long time. But Tyranny had discovered a bed teleportation exploit that would allow them to travel to the lands with ease. The exploit involved placing a bed in the Nether at the exact coordinates and rotation as a bed in the overworld. They used this exploit to travel to the lands, and in March 2016, the legendary base had fallen. But Tyranny didn't stop there, and on the same day, March 25th, 2016, Tyranny griefed Allmonger's clock base, with Withers mysteriously being enabled for the duration of the grief and then disabled. This sparked serious concern that Housemaster was working with Tyranny. It was later discovered that iTristan and Tyranny were in possession of server region files, barrier blocks, and 32k tools and weapons that could only be obtained through admin access, proving that Tyranny had backdoor access to the server. As a show of power, Tyranny regriefed 2 massive bases in one day, Space Valkyria and King's Landing. It was finally revealed that Tyranny had gotten access to an account named George Bush 420, one of Housemaster's alt accounts, giving them admin access to the server. When this was revealed to the public, players began becoming disinterested in playing on 2B2T. It was supposed to be anarchy, yet some players had backdoor access, instantly compromising hundreds of bases. Thousands of hours of work had to be given up, as no base was safe anymore. Many players who were fed up moved to different servers, and 2B2T was hanging on by a thread. This was one of the only times in 2B2T history where a player could sleep to skip the night. 2B2T could have been no more but a memory for the very few who played it until...
I'm coming down, dude.
Come down here, dude.
You see me?
This is nuts. No, I don't see. Oh,
I think I see your, yeah, I see your name up there. Mr. Mitch, we found each other.
Out of nowhere, a YouTuber by the name of The Camping Russia creates a video titled Oldest Server in Minecraft. Russia explained how 2b2t had been running on the same map since its inception, and that there are no rules, teleporting, or anything you see on Minecraft servers today. Anything goes. Russia and his friend Mr. Mitch explored the server, finding themselves at a highway made entirely of melons. The video blew up and thousands went to explore 2b2t for themselves. On Russia's arrival, Fit and Sato86 came up with the idea to create Team Veteran. They saw that 2b2t had been given one final chance and knew what they had to do. Fit began killing Russians at spawn and griefing their sanctuaries, uploading it to YouTube. He had a vision, one in which YouTubers could actually save 2b2t from death. Team Veteran declared war on the incoming Russians and Russia reciprocated, creating Team Russia, hyping up the server. Just 1 month prior, Tyranny seemed to be succeeding in their attempts to take full control of the server, but now that had changed. Fit partially aimed to deter Tyranny with the Russia war, in order to get them to quit the server, and it worked. Tyranny had gone from having almost full control of the server to being irrelevant in a single month. In late June, Fit would begin making more informative videos about 2b2t history, one of the first being about an old spawn road. He would also make a video titled 2b2t, A Dark History, discussing the most infamous 2b2t player, Popbob. The video blew up and is very reminiscent of the style of video he makes today. As the war raged on, Fit continued making videos, including a video titled Escalating the War, in which Fit shows up at the Valley of Wheat just too late as Russia had escaped. He stated that it looked like Russia did some damage to the valley, and he needed to go to spawn to kill some Russians to blow off steam. Despite being spawn enemies on the server, however, Russia and Fit were far from it. To some, it was clear that Fit was playing into the role in order to hype up the server, and it was very entertaining and kept new players very interested in the server. Russia would collaborate with Housemaster in order to help solve problems caused by the massive influx of players on 2B. This included implementing a queue system that helped generate revenue for server upkeep. As the war raged on, Fit and Russia would end up dueling each other in a battle of Spleef on another server. Fit mentions that because this isn't 2B, he doesn't hate Russia so much, even admiring his Spleef ability. Fit wasn't as serious about the war with Russia as it may have seemed. After all, they were both working towards a common goal. Fit ended up losing 5-3 to Russia in a game that was a change of pace from 2b2t. He would also end up joining Russia's server The Archon, making a few videos on it. One day after their Spleef battle, on August 6th, Fit would get his revenge in their 1v1 duel at Dark Souls Castle. Fit and Russia can be seen talking prior to the fight, and it is clear there is no hard feelings, with Russia even calling Fit his buddy.
It is you and me, buddy. Do you want to shake hands, Fit, before we do this? Turn your kill aura off, buddy. Shake my hand.
Alright, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'll do it.
The two are clearly having a good time, enjoying the rivalry and hyping up the server, even cracking jokes and shaking hands before the fight begins. The fight is fairly even, and at the end both almost have no armor left, with Fit fighting without a chestplate or helmet. The fight would end when Russia's leggings break, leaving him almost naked when he is slain by Fit. Later that month, Russia would make a video addressing 2b2t drama, in particular whether or not he owns the server, and also questions about a partnership with FitMC. Russia explained how he actually offered to buy 2b2t, which Housemaster refused, but would come back with the idea of implementing the queue system, which would end up being hosted on Russia's server The Archon. Russia then goes on to talk about FitMC.
I love the dude. I talked to the dude for like an hour, and he's seriously a good dude, man.
He says that he's a good dude, and it's clear that the beef is just in game. One of the reasons Russia got into contact with Fit in the first place was to find more interesting topics and places to visit in his videos. Russia would actually ask Fit if he wanted to work together behind the scenes, to which Fit said he was down. From there, Russia would begin to link Fit's channel in his video descriptions, and their acquaintanceship would continue. FitMC would also leave a comment on the video demonstrating the friendly rivalry between the two. The Russia war officially ended on October 10th, 2016, with 10,400 Russians being killed by Team Veteran. Despite the end of the Russia war, the friendship between Fit and Russia would live on, and Fit would make the occasional video on the Archon despite Russia leaving 2b2t for good. Fit and Russia would also later team up in a Minecraft Monday tournament. I'm probably not alone in thinking that the story of 2b2t is the best thing to ever happen to Minecraft. There is so much history to explore, and looking back after experiencing it years ago is truly incredible. Two men, sworn enemies of each other, both had a common goal: to save a server that was their livelihood, their passion. For Fit, it was a server that he had played on for years, and for Russia, it was his biggest success on YouTube. It had changed both of their lives. Both of them wanted to see 2B2T succeed, even if it meant becoming enemies and starting an all-out war. They would do it. Had just a few things happened differently, and 2B2T might not be here today. If Fit or Russia didn't welcome the war and instead rejected it, or if Russia didn't make his famous video to begin with, 2B2T would have faded into nothingness, only to be known by the very few who ever played it. But in their collaboration, they brought interest back to the server, like it had never seen before. They showed the world what 2B2T really was, the most historic and interesting Minecraft server of all time, and depending on who you ask, the greatest server of all time. The friendship between Fit and Russia was an unlikely one, and it almost didn't happen. They were enemies after all, but I think it was the most significant friendship in all of Minecraft history. A friendship that united thousands of players around the world and millions of viewers. A friendship that saved years of history. A friendship between two people from different cities that had never even met before. A friendship that saved the oldest server in the history of Minecraft. Thank you for watching this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.